I'm trying to solve a huge mystery, and I'll be curious in the comments what you think. The mystery is Iran is not blocking tankers from going through the Strait of Hormuz. It's only blocking tankers that sell their oil or gas in dollars. If a tanker agrees to sell their oil and gas in Chinese yuan, for example, and pays Iran a small toll, they can move freely. All the tankers in the Persian Gulf can move out to their destination, which is pretty much all Asia, if they just don't, sell the oil and gas in dollars. So why isn't that in the news? Why in just about every story I read in New York Times, Washington Post, or on TV, on CNN or Fox, it doesn't make a difference. They'll sort of allude to it a little bit, but it's never like front and center. Why not? Why isn't the conversation about what to do about the fact that Iran is forcing everyone off the petrodollar? So you just keep thinking about it. And yes, it's a complex subject. It's difficult even for me to wrap my head around because there are a few variables. But I was thinking just now, it's like maybe I'm overcomplicating it. And the reason most Americans do not understand the petrodollar is they don't want to understand it. They sort of have a unconscious feeling or understanding of what it is, and they don't want to know how it works exactly. They know what it's doing, but they don't want to know for a few reasons. The first reason is I think most Americans will look at the world through TV shows, YouTube, whatever, and see that they live better on average than anybody else. That it's better to be an American, even in the South, with food stamps and a beat-up pickup truck, than an Indian working on a farm, or somebody in Pakistan, or in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa. So I think we all realize this, that just the fact that we're in America, in the United States as a citizen, is a huge benefit. And benefit's the wrong word. It's an unfair advantage. It's like being born very wealthy. It's not fair to the rest of the world. It's not fair to anyone. We have this unfair situation that we are born an American. And we don't want to, we sort of know it and we sort of feel a little bit bad about it because I think all humans have a deep tendency to want to be fair to others. So I think that's the first reason, that we sort of understand that we have this unfair advantage and that petrodollars are probably somehow related to it. So we don't want to know. The second thing that we know we have an advantage in, and we don't want to know how we have that advantage, is our ability for our homes to increase in value, for our real estate market to be so wealthy, for us to be able to, buy a home that goes up in value and sell that home to a foreigner, to Russian or Chinese or, whatever, any sort of foreigner brings money, they can buy our home and it raises values all over our neighborhood, whatever. The whole real estate thing, we sort of know why do we have money to rehabilitate our home, renovate our home, but in most countries, people don't even have enough money to buy a home or whatever. We just sort of know that the financial system somehow is rigged in a way that if you know how to play the game, you can be very wealthy. So looking at petrodollars, when somebody tries to say, well, the problem is that the oil is priced in these dollars, and because it's priced in these dollars, your wealth in U.S. dollars is worth more. It gives them, everybody with U.S. dollars more power. You're starting to get into that thing. So I'm going to do a lot of videos about petrodollars because I think it's very interesting. I just wanted to touch on that thing tonight, that we all sort of know. And I want to explain, why did Trump attack Iran if it would lead to this situation where Iran can now push the Gulf Coast countries off the petrodollar, which is what they're doing and what they've threatened to do for 47 years. So the error, the miscalculation, the blunder, in fact, I think it's probably the worst geopolitical decision ever made in U.S. history that I know about, to attack a country that would kill our golden goose, which is the petrodollar. Why would he do that? And it gets back to what I was saying. For most people, we look at ourselves, I have this amount of wealth. Yeah, they have a lot more. They have a little bit less. All of us have a little bit more than around the world. And that's how we sort of see the world. We see ourselves in a place. Trump doesn't see the world in that way. He was born very wealthy. He was born rich. He doesn't see poor people. He doesn't mean not to see them. You can't, again, from birth, he has been in that wealthy strata. That's all he sees are other wealthy people with him and kings and queens. So to him, it's wealth, kings and queens, and really powerful people. That's it. So he's never going to think about anything. If somebody brings an explanation to him and says, oh, we don't want to do this because it might hurt middle-class people even, right? That's not going to calculate in his head. In his head, no, we're all wealthy. Like everybody I know, we're all wealthy. And the middle class will just do what the middle class does, or poor people, like that's, we have nothing to do with them. We are who we are. We're here. That's it. So that's why I think it's impossible for him to understand the petrodollar and why it was a risk. Now, the petrodollar wasn't put in place because it wanted to give Americans a benefit of being able to buy homes cheaply or to be better than the rest of the world. That was just actually a happy accident. The petrodollar was put in so bankers could make a lot of money. The thing is, they've already made the money, so Trump is trying to get more money. So that's why he's doing this, because it sounds, it just sounds too simplistic, but yeah, I think basically Zionists, American Jews, whatever, Israelis paid him a bunch of money to get him to decide to do something that everybody else was afraid to do because of all the reasons I just explained, but reasons, again, to which don't enter his daily calculus, his way of looking at the world. So I'm getting off track here, but yeah, I think it's one of the most amazing things of the war is that the media and people all talk about a conflict that's happening in a way, but has nothing to do with what's really, like what Iran is looking at it from. Like everybody's talking about, oh, well, the U.S. is bombing this and Iran is hitting Israel with missiles, but they're not looking, well, what is Iran's real strategy? And Iran's strategy is to bankrupt the United States. And nobody talks about that. And they're doing it. They are doing it. They are winning that. So it doesn't make a difference what the U.S. wins, whatever that would be. We've already lost that thing that Trump doesn't appreciate, but all Americans sort of understand deep down that they have. They're losing it. They don't want to know that they're losing it. They don't want to even know that they have it. And there you go. I'm almost at 9 minutes. Hope you found this interesting. Bye.